We have a couple of Zenith Transoceanics. This is the 3000 model, and I have a couple of them here. I have one that's not been repaired that was given to me, and it's in pretty rough condition. I don't even know if it works or if it's even complete, but we'll take a look at it. And I have one here that I've restored in almost original condition, and it's in beautiful shape. It has the pull-out chart, the pull-out instructions rather, and which is pretty cool that it still has that. This one's missing that, and it has the dial-o map thing here for determine the time of day and the time zone. This one I think has batteries in it, and I've installed LEDs in replacing the incandescent bulbs because they're so dim, even with the full battery, clean battery. A new battery, 1.5 volt battery. So this is operating off of I think these LEDs are 12 volts, and there's I don't remember if I have batteries in here for. It's not making any noise, so I guess there are no batteries in here. Oh, there it goes. This is FM, and let's go to AM. And it's working great. Okay, so I just didn't have it turned up, or didn't have it on a frequency that it's tuned to. So it's got a strong AM radio. Of course, we're in all of this noise with we've been through this with all these other AM radios, but in any case, this has got a multi-band. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 band Zenith Transoceanic 3000. And let me show you the back. So the front's in beautiful condition, as you can see, and the antenna is complete. There we go. The antenna flips up, and there's a whip antenna here that comes out and goes way up to the ceiling, but that's part of the beauty of this set. And the back, let's see if I can open this. There we go. Yeah, so it's got the original stickers in it, and the original battery compartment, and it does have 12 volt battery pack right here, and it's full of batteries. One of the batteries is a 1.5 volt that is used just for the lights, and that's the way this is hooked up. So it's not a 12 volt lamp, it's a 1.5 volt lamp. But in any case, this is in good shape. So I've got an external antenna hooked up to it, and it hooks up to my I've got an audio switch over there that I can select any one of these shortwave radios, and then it hooks up to an external antenna. So that's what this wire is here. I'm going to leave that inside here for now, but let me put it up here so it doesn't get tangled up. Don't want that connector to be damaging anything. There we go. That connector is just getting in the way everywhere I try it. And I don't have the battery compartment in all the way. There we go. There we go. So, right, this one does have an external power supply. Not all of the 3000 series had this as an option, but this one does. And the battery connectors on these are reversed from the normal center pin positive. All of these are center pin negative. So anyway, that's the Zenith 3000 complete, and it works beautifully. I'm real happy. Well, what we're going to do today is we're going to try to make something out of this one. You can see it's in pretty rough condition. The chrome is in pretty bad shape. The antenna's complete and not broken, but that's a good sign. So we can make something out of that handle. It is missing, as I said, the chart, but it has the door, which the doors are usually missing on these, often missing on these. And this has some work to be done on the leather, so we'll work on that. It is real leather. And there's the switch, and you can see somebody's been working on this and glued it up and got it messed up. And then the back side is there. It's pretty rough. And then this one has an external power supply as well, but they have really messed up with the glue. That's really embarrassing. So we're going to have to try to clean that up, get this cleaned up here. But let's take a look at the back. And get this turned right. There we go. Oh, good, good. So it does have a battery compartment. A lot of these, the battery compartment was missing, and it took regular 1.5 volt D cells, and this compartment doesn't open very easily. Oh, there's the papers. Well, that's cool. So the papers go in here. So there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. And then there was one battery here to be used for the lamp. If you didn't have this battery in here, the radio would still play because it has 3 wires, and the black is positive. So in other words, negative is center pin on the charger. Okay, so we'll set this aside, and for now, let's see. Oh, I noticed something immediately. Looks like all the transistors are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 audio transistors. There are 2 audio transistors. 1, 2 FM, 1, 2, 3 AM, and shortwave. But what I started to notice was this cord's missing. So when we tune, let me go to tune the radio. The way this radio worked was that the FM had its own tuner in here. And you can see this turning now when I'm turning the tuning knob. And in FM, this little FM tuner would stand alone. But then when this would also turn this with cord. So this needs a cord back on here. The cord is missing. We'll have to check that out. I'm not sure. Let's see if the cord is working on the radio itself. Okay, so this cord is still there. See, that's working. So anytime you turn any frequency, look at the dirt in there. Oh my, really messy. So anytime you turn this, the dial works, so that's good. I don't know whether the dial light works, FM and FM audio or automatic frequency carrier, so that's a lock, frequency lock, FM lock switched. It was on a lot of FM radios. If you got close to the FM station, the AFC would bring the frequency into tuning without having to tinker back and forth and find it. There's 2 antenna connections here and a ground. There's the AM radio antenna connection right here, which takes advantage of this antenna bar right here. Not this one. This is the shortwave antenna that is connected internally, and then you can also connect an external antenna here, like I did on my other one. And then there's a ground wire. So you have earth ground and antenna, and then this antenna bar. That's what this plug is, the antenna connections. I think, yeah, this bar, and probably this is part of this plug here, pretty sure. So we are missing a dial cord, and I should have some dial cord in stock here that we can use to get this hooked up so we can tune the radio. Everything's there. I don't see anything missing, so, which is great. It hasn't been scavengered. This is fainted, the 3000-1, whatever that number is. That sticker is just about gone. But might be a tuner out that you plug in to another amplifier and get a louder signal on the tuner. I think that's what that is. Now that I think about it, I've got so many different versions of this: the 1000, the 3000, the 7000, and I don't know what else I got over there. But and so they changed up some of this stuff. I believe we got that correct. All right, so what we'll do is we're just going to go ahead and plug this right in to an external power supply. And these use a 2.5 millimeter jack plug, excuse me. It's got a 2.5 millimeter jack. And we'll be sure and get the polarity correct, and we'll set it to 12 volts. And we'll see if we can get the radio to work. It may be working. I'm not seeing any missing parts just yet. So let's close this up. And this was a goofy little thing that they use. It's not the greatest lock assembly. I don't know why they did that. It wasn't very, I mean, it works, but it's just like, really. Okay, so let's get it plugged in, and let's see if we can get, I should have left that open. Why didn't I do that? Yeah, I should have left this open so that we can tune the AM condenser, capacitor. There we go. Move this out of the way. There we go. So we'll plug our power in here, and I'll hook up 12 volt, and we'll show you what we've got. Okay, I have a set of adapters for radios. Let me show you that. I don't know if I think I've shown this on another video, but you can buy these sets on eBay or on Amazon, and they have every conceivable plug. I mean, all kinds of stuff here. There's a 3.5 mini jack, but look at all these different connectors. And there's more here. And there's more here. There's a bunch of them. Every conceivable, basically every conceivable jack. And then it comes with these plugs. I think I've got one in here. Okay, I got one here. Yeah, you've got a plug like this. I got, where did I do that? I don't know where it is. Here it is. Yeah, it comes with several of these. So this end will plug into any one of these unique jacks. And then you hook this up to your power supply, whatever you got, 12, 5, 24, whatever. And so this will work with any one of these jacks, and then you can use adjust and move these back and forth depending on the polarity. So that's the way they work. I have a 5 volt supply, a 12 volt supply here. I don't know what else I've got in here. So 9 volt. I think there's a 5, 12, and 9 in there that I've collected and stored. But I'm going to hook this wire. I've attached one of these to my power supply up on the bench here, and I'm going to hook this to the bench power supply and set it for 12 volts, and I'm going to make the center conductor minus and this outer ring positive. So just go to Amazon and do a search for multiple power connectors or whatever, and you can't go wrong. Okay. All right, so let's turn the power on. We'll set the current for low. These radios pull about 25 milliamps, not very much. They'll last forever on a battery, on the batteries. And I'm going to plug this in. And so far we don't have any short on the power supply. Let's turn it on. Now see, this power supply doesn't provide power to the, I don't think it provides power to the, no, to the LED, or not the LED, but the incandescent lamps. So we can't get the incandescent lamps to burn with this external power. But let's see if we can get, all right, we're pulling 20 milliamps. Let's see if we can get, I don't want to turn this all the way up and blow my eardrums. Yeah. Okay, so we got a little bit of dirt on that. There we go. Let's go all the way to FM. All right. So FM's working. And see, I can tune FM because it's tuning directly on that one separate FM tuner. And it's working great. I love that FM. We got good audio, so our caps that usually have to be replaced right behind these knobs, the caps usually go bad and you won't have any gain. We got plenty of gain. Let's see if the treble works. Yep. Yeah, so the treble's working. See if the FM, okay, so there's FM and there's AFC. So see, we're close, but we're not right on it. But when we click on, so we're off frequency when we're on the FM band, and we go to AFC, it locks it in to the best signal. So that's a standard, and that's working. That means that the FM caps in that area are good for the most part. Okay, so let's see if we got an AM, so that's FM. And then there's long wave, which is weather. I don't think we're going to get anything there. And we don't have an external antenna. Let's go to AM. And we're in the Faraday cage, remember? All right, there's no channel changing, see? So if we come back here and I turn the, there I'm turning the condenser, capacitor. Okay, I'm really encouraged that it's playing so beautifully. So we got to get that dial cord put in there. All right, I'm not going to do the Shango shuffle. We'll just leave it at that. And I don't know what we're going to get on the, let's see, this is the 160, 140 meter. Not going to get much there. And we're not going to get much on 80 meters, which is right here. Oh, we're not going to get anything with this anyway. I'm turning, I don't have the cord put in yet. So let me, nothing on 40. go to 20, or whatever that is. That's Alexander Scorby, who is reciting or narrating the Bible. So if we had an external antenna hooked up to this, probably we get all kinds of channels. In fact, I know we would. Yeah, there's nothing there. All right, and then we're at the end of the frequency. So, okay, we do have at least one shortwave band that's working with just this antenna here, just this whip. And it needs cleaned, and that could be part of our problem, is that there could be, it's pretty corroded. And we'll clean it up and put it back together, take the rod apart and clean it. So we got a lot of cleaning to do, but I guess one of the first things we need to do is to get this tuner working right here. So the way these work, and we saw it, I don't know if you paid attention, but the way these work are they're wrapped around several times here and then come around here two times, I think. But we'll look it up online to see what the wrapping diagram is for this, so that we can get the shortwave and AM radio working. So yeah, tune that all the way to the end, tune this all the way. So then when we turn this one will turn as well. So we'll work on that. But I'm pleased to hear that it's got audio, and strong audio. So this job, well, let's try one more thing just for fun. Let's put a battery. There we go. We're going to put a D-cell battery in the lamp side of this box, and then we'll plug it in. There we go. Unplug the radio. And now let's see if we have a dial. Yeah, so we have a dial light. It's pretty dim, but there we go. Yeah, it's pretty dim, but it does work. So that's good to know. Okay. And here's another thing that I've learned the hard way, is that I have all of these compartments that are the same size, plastic boxes, and I have them marked so that I just don't remember things anymore. Didn't have to used to do this. I could keep them in drawers and stuff, but I can't remember where everything is. So this has been a great help to mark everything. And here's some dial string, which will work great on that. This is a braided cord designed specifically for the dials. So we'll get a spring, I'll pull a spring out, and then we'll look up the what the manual. I've got the manual for this book radio, but we'll look it up and figure out how to wind that. Okay, I found a spring on another Zenith radio, scrap chassis that I had. And, okay, wow. It took me about 45 minutes to restring this. And I got the spring in there. And here were the instructions that I found online. And it was no big deal. So you can find those online and restring them. It takes a little bit of patience and experience, and to line everything up and get everything coordinated, but I'm not going to go into that on the video. Now we've got, let me see if I can turn this. Here we go. And I'm going to turn get the camera set up here. And I'm going to turn the front knob on the screen. And you can see that it's super fine tuning. I'm turn. And it's just barely turning the AM. And let's go all the way to the other end. Make sure that we've got things lined up correctly. The air condensing condenser air tuning coil right there, and that's at the stop of the FM dial, and it's all the way up at the top of the dial, so we're good. So let's plug it back in and see if we can get it to tune stations now on the different bands. Okay, so that's 12 megahertz.
Friday, February at 7 p.m. because Spirit FM is bringing you our...
I think this is 95. Or 92 point...
Night of Love and Laughter, featuring the hilarious Arvin Mitchell.
900, I mean, not 9. Okay, we got it all back together. Got it plugged into the external antenna. And I got it cleaned up. It's really looking good. Let me show you here. It turned out great. Look at that. Got all the paint cleaned off, the old glue, and it turned out great. I've got to still glue. I've glued this back in place, but I need to glue this back, and I will do that when I get some contact cement. Really need some contact cement for that. So I will get that, but I wanted you to see how beautiful the ends turned out. A little bit of something there, but yeah, all this was cleaned up and turned out real pretty. The back, you can see the back. Looks like a brand new radio back there. So if I can get this, I can't do much with the chrome. But so let's listen to a little bit of radio here. AM is absolutely incredible. Now I've got it hooked up to external antenna, but listen to this.
From the ES Pacific.
Quickly after 25.
Just hundreds of stations here, or dozens, I don't know. I mean, there's just a lot of stations. Now it's 7:30 p.m., 8 o'clock p.m. here in North Carolina, so the sun's down. Notice we don't have all this racket in here on the AM band. And got a lot of channels there. Now let's go to the 2 to 4 megahertz, and we'll see a amateur band. We should be able to get some amateur radio here. Right now, this radio is not a sideband radio, and like the 7000. The 7000 is a sideband, and it has a BFO. So this one will pull in sideband, shortwave, ham radio, sideband, but the this unit is not. So what we're hearing is, you can almost understand. Yeah. There we go. So even though it's not sideband, we can sometimes pull in some operators. You get right, if we sneak right into the frequency. Right, so there's some guys talking there. So that's on 80 meters. All right, so now let's go to 30 and 40. This what used to be weather and marine, it says. So we'll come down here. The needle is not exact, perfectly in line with the frequency, but that's okay. Let's see if I can turn off. Let's see if we can turn it off back here. There we go.
You live a life that exemplifies
All right, now we can get to the shortwave. Maybe. Okay.
Religiosity and performance.
Yeah, so we're getting quite a few channels there in 80. All right, let's get into it's 9 to...
And river as the green earth.
All right, and the dial's off here. We should about 9.9. I'm guessing that based on what I'm hearing here, we should be able to get WWV. See if I can change the antenna. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there's WWV. So it's a little over 9.9. It should be at 10. Okay. Okay, that's 25 meters. There's 19 meters. WWV. You can hear the beat of the WWV. It's the band is up and down. Yeah, you can hear the beat of the WWV. Correlated universal time. I think that was all there. And then 16 meter. Don't know if there's much going on there. No, and that's the end of that. So anyway, how do you think? What do you think? Pretty cool radio for a junker, and it cleaned up beautifully. I'm going to put the other one back in here because it's much prettier like these. It's much better shape, and I'll put this on the shelf. And anyway, that's the Zenith 3000. Just a quick overlook and quick repair with the tuning dial string missing, and just a little bit of cleanup to get it back on the shelf.